You know, as much as I am ludicrously excited for Project Hail Mary, right there at the top, though, are still Dune 3 and a little film called Avengers Doomsday. I am ludicrously excited for this. I think every move they've made so far has been a stroke of genius. I think bringing Robert Downey Jr. back was a stroke of genius. The fact that the whole world exploded and talked about it proved how genius it was. I think bringing back Chris Evans is absolutely necessary and peak. I think they're drawing on the right source material for Time Runs Out and obviously Secret Wars that were leading into Secret Wars. I've loved the little teasers they put out, some better than others, but I am just absolutely ludicrously excited about it. Now, one of the big questions that has been lingering around, as often does with any big movie, has been, when are we getting the trailer? When is the trailer hitting? Now, initially, there were some rumors and whispers that we might be getting an Avengers Doomsday trailer at the Super Bowl. Now, obviously, the thing that works against that is that it's incredibly early to be putting out a full trailer, but it was the Super Bowl. But then about a week and a half before the Super Bowl, we did report that they were indeed not going to be doing a trailer at the Super Bowl. So when? When could it be coming? Could it be coming in late February? Could it be coming in early March? Well, I think you might have to be waiting quite a lot longer than that. You know, a number of outlets over the last couple of days have been talking about that very question, about when can we expect to see this Avengers Doomsday trailer. And the reality is the Avengers movies have never really put out their first trailer all that long before the movie comes out. As a matter of fact, put this little thing together. If we sit back and look at it, the number of days separating the first trailer for Avengers Infinity War and the actual release of Avengers Infinity War was only 156 days, around 5 months. The gap between the first trailer for Avengers Endgame and the release of Endgame shrank a little bit by about 2 weeks, but it was 140 days. So about, just a little over, around 4 months. A little over 4 months. Now, I want to point this out, that it just so happens that the distance between the first trailer drop for Avengers Endgame and when Avengers Endgame came out was 140 days. It just so happens, coincidentally, that the number of days separating the release of Spider-Man Brand New Day and the release of Avengers Doomsday also just so happens to be 140 days. Now, does this information and data tell us definitively that we're going to have to wait until July 31st to get the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday? No, not necessarily. But I think it probably is a pretty good indicator that it's going to be in that neighborhood. Maybe a week before Spider-Man comes out. I mean, Rob, a lot of people still think that Comic-Con could be when they drop it. And what's the date of Comic-Con this year? Is it in July again? Or is it in?
I'm sure it's in July.
Because it's normally in July, right? Or is it in June? I can't remember. It's been a bit.
No, it's July.
So, I mean, that would make Comic-Con a prime opportunity. Like, again, if it continues to fit inside this kind of a window, then Comic-Con would fall right in between that 140 days and that 156 days that we saw the first trailers released for Endgame and Infinity War. I think all signs here. Now, again, let me be clear about this. I have no insider information. Nobody from Marvel is leaking me anything. But I think right now, if you actually look at the pattern, Rob, if you look at the history, marketing companies love following their formulas. If you look at all this, it seems to me that if you were a betting man, the smart money is they release the Doomsday trailer at Comic-Con before Spider-Man.
July 23rd through 26th.
So just like a week before Brand New Day comes out. Yeah, listen, again, nobody at Marvel is telling me this, but I think if you just, again, look at the history, look at the data, and look at their formula, I would say it's probably a pretty good bet that the event, you're going to have to wait until Comic-Con. But I think if you are, I think Comic-Con is when they're going to drop that trailer. It just seems to make sense to me. We want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Mando. Hey guys, I may be married now, but I remember the whole checklist we'd all go through before a first date, right? Fresh haircut, clean car, maybe you're replaying a conversation in your head like, don't screw this up. But the one thing that is absolutely non-negotiable, deodorant. And that's why for a while now, I've been using Mando. What I love most is how confident it makes me feel knowing odor is just handled, like not masked, handled. Mando is a whole body deodorant, so you can use it anywhere. Pits, feet, thighs, wherever you need it. And yeah, that peace of mind is real. My personal favorite is the solid stick. It's super easy to use, goes on clean, and it just works all day. It's created by a doctor, and it's clinically proven to control odor for up to 72 hours, which is wild. Some guys try to cover odor with scent. Mando men get the job done right. Don't mask it, Mando it. You can find Mando at major retailers, but for the best deal, head to shopmando.com. For a limited time, new customers get 20% off site-wide plus free shipping when you use my code Campea at shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com, code Campea. Support the show and check them out. Mando's got you covered. Anyway, Rob, you look at all the data here. What are you thinking about when we're going to get this trailer? And now that we live in a world where we got all those little teasers, what are you thinking we might expect in such a trailer at this point?
Well, imagine Marvel's presence at Comic-Con this year, what it's going to be like, because you've got Brand New Day opening, you have Vision Quest, and you have Avengers Endgame, or pardon me, Avengers Doomsday going into Secret Wars. I would imagine they might have one of the most blowout panels ever. You know, one of my favorite panels in Hall H was when Tom Hiddleston came out dressed as Loki. You know, there was that one. I don't know if that was when they announced the trailer of Avengers Age of Ultron, because I was hoping it would be that, and people just went bananas. And they're going to own Comic-Con this year, because imagine who they could bring to their Doomsday panel. I mean, I can't even, how many people can they fit on that stage? But I think that's a good place to do it. Those teasers told us a lot. They gave us a lot of stuff. If you go by the hype engine, I mean, the Everything Always channel and Daniel RPK and all the people that are talking about spoilers, it's now become like a daily industry talking about Doomsday. And I'm still excited. You know, I watch every video and I watch every spoiler thing to see what's up. I think the excitement around this movie is just building, and they don't have to give us anything before Comic-Con. I think that's the place to go. You know, they'll drop it and they'll have their panel, and it'll be a lot of fun. And they'll probably give us, I mean, can you imagine an extended preview showing 10 minutes of the movie or something? They might have one of those big outdoor events on the waterfront when they show movies and things. I would imagine that it's going to be
Hall H.
Yeah, but it'll do in Hall. But remember when they did Hall H and then you went outside?
Yep, they had the John Williams thing and the Star Trek thing. Yeah,
I mean, I think it's going to be their biggest, because look, you know, the thing about Avengers Endgame, I keep saying Endgame, Doomsday, and then even Vision Quest, you know, you've got Paul Bettany and James Spader coming back. And that's a big deal too. I mean, Paul Bettany and James Spader. James Spader is, as far as TV goes, he's a huge star. The Blacklist went on for what, 10 years, 11 seasons or something, 10 seasons. And then Paul Bettany's all the work that he's done. And so you've got, and since Age of Ultron, Vision was a key member of the Avengers. I don't believe he's in Doomsday, but that's big too. coming off of this year, I'm excited. I can't wait, man. I'm deliriously excited for Doomsday and everything that Marvel has cooking, and they'll probably give us, because they might give us a little bit of a Secret Wars preview. By then they should be shooting it, right?
They won't give us anything Secret Wars, because that would still be a year and a half away, and they're not going to give anything for that. But look,
maybe a photograph.
I see some people in the live chat saying, no, they're going to release it with Mandalorian and Grogu. I mean, they might put something with Mandalorian and Grogu. That's something like along the lines of some little tease thing, but it won't be a first trailer, because Mandalorian and Grogu comes out near the end of May. I think May 22nd, right? So there's May, June, July, August, September, October, November. That's 7 months away. That's over 200 days away from when Doomsday comes out. And again, look at their pattern. That would blow their normal pattern by about 50 days, 60 days, 70 days. This just not what Disney does right now with marketing their Avengers films. So again, like, I could see them doing another thing, like said, oh, we're going to slip in this little 30-second thing in front of Mandalorian and Grogu, kind of like another little Captain America spot or another little Fantastic Four spot, or something like that, like this one here. Maybe they do something like that, but I just don't see them so radically breaking with their, by the way, their marketing pattern, Rob, that has proved immensely successful. It's not like they have this little marketing pattern. It's like, oh, if only we had good results. The results of their marketing plan have led to 2 of the top 4 highest grossing films in history. So I think they trust in their patterns. So yeah, that's why I don't think we're going to get it as early as Mandalorian and Grogu. I mean, I get the idea that you put a trailer in front of it and you hopefully get more people going out to see Mandalorian and Grogu. I get that, but it's such a wild departure from their regular schedule.
Yeah.
That I'm really feeling that it's going to be Comic-Con. It just seems to make sense.
It wouldn't surprise me. It's a good move on their part if indeed that was the case.
Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? I mean, look, we have no information right now as to exactly when we're going to get this trailer for Avengers Doomsday. But if you look at the pattern and you look at the formula and you look at the schedule that Disney and Marvel's marketing has been for these Avengers films, it puts it right into near the end of July, mid-July, end of July. And that just happens to be when Comic-Con is happening and when Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming out. And so you drop the trailer at Comic-Con, gets this big swell of Marvel excitement, sells more tickets for Spider-Man, all that kind of stuff. I just think it seems to be a no-brainer. But hey, maybe you disagree. Whatever you guys think about it, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.